if people want to venture into website design online, or maybe they're already doing it, but they're, a little bit stuck, what are the 4 sort of top skills that you feel like you need in order to do your job?
Well, I would say definitely the biggest thing I've learned over the years is communication. A lot of people, they come to you with branding project or any design or web design, and they're like, I need this done. And like a lot of people don't have an idea of like how long things might actually take. It's just like, you can't really just like snap your finger and everything's created. And I think having that open communication and really keeping your client aware from the moment you sit down to discuss having or starting a project all the way through, and letting them know, maybe like, especially as a nomad, maybe something happened and you have no electricity for a whole day, but you're able to message them and be like, look, here's what's happening. And this is going to delay things, but I'm going to make up for it. Or just really being communicative through the whole process. It's just something that I've gotten a lot of feedback over the years. And maybe I'm overly communicative, but I've also spent 10 years not having to do any marketing because it was all referral based. Communication goes a long way. And I think that's definitely one of the most important things to have. Don't be the person that just sort of like bails and no one hears your client doesn't hear from you for like 3-4 days. And I think kind of what we touched on earlier, discipline, like you said, there's the coconuts and the beach and the hikes and all the things, but it's just having that discipline to be like, okay, I need to work these hours and I need to make sure I'm rested so that I can deliver my best efforts to my clients. I think having, the discipline is one of the biggest challenges people face when they want to move into this lifestyle, because, if you're working in office or if you're used to that, you're used to having set hours and sort of someone overlooking what you're doing. But if you're on your own, all of a sudden it's like, okay, you have to make it happen. And then I would say organization. As a web designer or brand designer, anything, there's tons of files. Just like having systems in place is critical for both your life and your business. Like a 4th one, I would probably say like problem solving. It's really easy when you're living this lifestyle, as I'm sure you know. Sometimes Wi-Fi doesn't work. Sometimes power goes out. Sometimes you have no cell service, or something happens like tech crashes. And it's easy. Like, for instance, I'm in South Africa right now. And the day that my friend and I arrived and we both work remote, the power was out completely for the whole city and I wasn't load shedding. And so everyone we talked to is like, it could be days. We have no idea what's causing this. And it's like, okay, we just were on a red eye. So we don't have our batteries are dead for everything. So it's like, okay, we either panic right now or we figure out like, just accept what's going on and then sort of figure out a solution. So I think being able to like problem solve and navigate when things don't go right, because as a digital nomad, that's impossible that things are always going to go right.
Yeah. I mean,
so it's just sort of like learning. Yeah. So it's just like sort of like, figuring out your method for staying calm and not freaking out and just seeing and like going with the flow and seeing what happens. I think that's a really important skill.
I love that.